Hi guys, it's PDK 2386. I am back. I have returned. I am still here. Right, I think I should say first off, I have been away for a little while. I've not been very well. My son's not been very well over the half-term holidays. He's not been able to go to his playgroup that he would usually go to. Which means, I've had to be looking after him basically 24/7 because he's just been throwing up and whatnot, and it's been quite difficult. But now he's his normal happy chirpy self and everything's good. And yeah, now we're back onto doing videos, and we're going to start off with Technical Flair. Now the reason for this title is questions that I've been asked by a friend of mine, Gary. And he'd asked me two questions. One was an article he'd sent me about the release of the PlayStation 4, which I'll get to. And the second was about Ric Flair. Now, Gary had seen my more recent video, Assassinating the Hitman, which was basically my complete a question for Kyle, who had sent me in, obviously, the question about whiny Canadian asshole ripping Triple H a new one, and wanted me to voice my opinions on Triple H, but I basically voiced all of my opinions on Bret Hart. But yeah, I digress. So he basically said to me, Ric Flair has been in and out of the business, and he's had a very colourful career, winning 16 world titles and whatnot. And saying that he's been appearing in the WWE for quite a while, and wanted me to voice my opinion on him really taking the spotlight from the younger guys. Well, I'll be entirely honest with you, Gary. For those of us in the business, now I'm not going to, tell you a new one or anything, I'll just say, there have been several wrestlers in the business who have retired several times over several years, and they've all come back at points in time to do a show or a match specifically. And for when we're out of the business, for when we say that's it, retire, we're gonna put the boots down, we're gonna hang up the tights, the mask is coming off, whatever. We can sit down easily for a month saying, oh, this is the life, no more pain, no more punishment, I can sit back, I can do what I want, I can relax. But then after a while, it just starts eating at us and nagging at us that something is wrong, And that's something that's wrong is, not being in the business. And that is basically what is happening to Ric Flair. You can retire as many times as you want, but you're always going to have people offering you work and, saying, could you come in and do this? Or maybe you could come in and do that. Could you manage this guy? Could you do something with that guy? Or sometimes they'll just show up at a building or a venue and say, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just here to see the show, good luck, and have fun. But some of the times, the promoter will just walk over to him and say, Rick, come here. Would you mind if we did something with you, him, and him? And he's like, yeah, cool, whatever. Just buy me a beer and everything's cool. That's kind of what's been happening with Ric Flair that I can see. I know several years ago he did do about a year and a half, 2 years with TNA, which was, in my opinion, great because, he wasn't given any scripts by WE. He just got put on the mic. Back in the old days, you could, basically say almost anything that you wanted. Well, within reason, obviously. But, as of nowadays, they're more lenient with what can be said. And, just to see Flair being able to go back into the ring without, having a script put in front of him saying, you got to say this, and this. Ric Flair could just be Ric Flair. And that is what I loved. But, because I believe I know what moment you're talking about with Ric Flair. was one of the now more modern famous segments in the WWE, was between Ric Flair, Kane, Bryan Danielson. For those of you who don't know who that is, fuck off now. And Ron Simmons. Obviously the, what is it? The woo, yes, no, damn segment, I believe it was. Obviously, I'd seen it myself. I thought it was funny, you know. I got a kick out of it, and yeah, I personally enjoyed it. But to voice my opinions on Ric Flair, yes, he's had a colourful career. Yes, he's won more championships than I could possibly dream of, but you know, time's still short. I could still win more. And, you know, I can't really dig Ric Flair for what he's doing, because he's just doing what everybody else would do. You know, if he gets given an opportunity to turn up in front of the camera to appease the fans, good on him. Just let him do it. If he goes on for doing it for several more years to come, that's fine. You know, everybody knows the name. Everybody knows the famous woo. Everybody knows the famous song. And, you know, it's... you know, again, he's just doing what he's, you know, being allowed to do. So, you know, hopefully that's answered your question. Now, the second question, or the first one I should say, but just answered in a different order, was about the release of the PlayStation 4. They said it was coming in holiday 2013, so yes, it will be coming out this year. So when they say holiday 2013, I believe they are on about Christmas. I think it will be around the Christmas period that it will be coming out. I think they're saying the benchmark for the price is about $500 or $600, and the games are going to cost about $60 as well. But at the reveal, they did like the specs and stuff, and they revealed the controller. For those of you that have actually seen it, thankfully, they haven't really changed too much with it. Although there are a couple of things here and there that might cause a few problems. Right, basically, if they kept the old classic design, thankfully. You got your, you know, triangle, square, circle, X. You got your shoulder buttons, you got your D-pad, and you've got your analog sticks, which is all great. In the middle of it, they've given a touchpad, which roughly will be about that big, I would imagine. What it's going to be used for entirely, who knows? Because I mean, they've done it with a Vita. I've not played the Vita. I don't own a Vita, and you know, because I'm thinking, you know, if they've got a touchpad on it, we're obviously going to be getting some games where it's going to be, well, duh. It's obviously going to have games where the touchpad will be necessary, which is now making me think, you know, just now brain farting. Games like Okami, you know, use the whole paintbrushy thing. If you use the touchpad for yeah, that would work. So yeah, and they've also got a share button as well. So I believe you can stream. I can't remember what it was. It was like about 10 minutes of video that you can stream straight onto your YouTube account. You've all been warned. So yeah, you can share videos, but there's also specs that they'd shared as well. You know, there's like an 8 gig RAM and stuff like that. I can't remember all of it, but most of the stuff that's actually in it is like from high-end PC stuff, so it should be extremely powerful. And they've already revealed a couple of games for it as well. Oh, excuse me. because I'll already give you a top 3 of the ones that I'll be planning on getting that I've seen and, you know, interest me the most. At number 3 is The Witness, which is like a puzzle type game. At number 2 is Destiny, which is supposed to be like an MMO first person shooter. And at number 1, I think everybody wants to get this, is Watch Dogs. You can control the entire world all through a small device like a mobile phone. Evil. But I will link a video in the description for Watch Dogs so you can see what I'm on about. Or you could just search for it yourself. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the PlayStation 4 coming out. Now, I can't remember whether they said it was going to be the PlayStation 4 or the PS4. But, you know, who cares? It's still coming out. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll be able to play games and, stream games and stuff on it. So then I can finally do the gaming part of the videos that I would love to do. So, yeah, I think at the very best, because I'm not exactly a tech wizard, where you see most of these guys like C Nanas, who I've mentioned in a previous video, who has like the box of themselves playing the game, and they're doing the commentary, they're playing the game, and they're having a laugh and all of this. I don't think I would be able to do that unless I become more technically efficient on the computer that I'm using and being able to stream it correctly with like the PS4. Hopefully it will all be quite easy and relatively easy to do. So, if I could get that done, that'd be phenomenal. And, hopefully, things in the future are going to be really looking up. And, I'm just repeating myself, but it's the end of the video, so I don't have to delete it several times like I've already fucking had to. Well, anyway, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you again. Expect to see some more videos in the future. There will be one coming out very soon, because there's been someone who's wanted to mess around and start stirring shit up, and he has a history with me. So I believe it's time for another shoot to come around, and I really didn't want to do it, but now is the time. And he's really stepped too far, and now it's time to fight back. This has been PDK Jim 2386, and I, my friends, am out.